My name is Amanda, and if this is your first time watching me, hello! I normally make videos for the booktube community, but a few weeks ago I made a video called My IB Experience where I talked about how I perceived the IB and how the whole process worked out and just offered some general tips and tricks. And that video was very well received, so I thought that I would continue with another video on the same topic. And today we will be discussing the extended essay, and I will be talking about what I wrote about and the whole process, how it works, and then just give some general tips and tricks about how you can too survive the extended essay, because I know we're moving into that time of year right now. And all of you who are in the IB, I'm sure you're all stressing out about it, and if you have not started the IB, then you will be stressing out about it in about a year. So I thought that I would just share some love and help, I guess. If you have any general questions about the IB, you can of course email me or leave a comment on this video or my other video or any video, and I will of course do my best to help you out. And if you are enjoying these kind of IB videos, then please give them a big thumbs up, so then maybe I will make this into a series. Then I can discuss the internal assessments or TOK or whatever you want me to talk about. I can talk about it. But today we're discussing the extended essay, and that is a 4,000 word essay that you have to write for the IB program, and a lot of people are stressing out about it, and you should, but you also shouldn't, because it's not really that big of a deal, to be honest, but I know we're all stressing about it anyway, so I know. So the whole process is a quite long one, and it does require quite a lot of effort and time and revision and rewriting and rereading and researching and all that stuff, but it's also one of the things that helped me the most in the IB, since it gave me a new perspective on that thing that I wrote about, and it gives you an opportunity to really delve into and research something that you're really interested in. So I wrote my extended essay in English A, and I discussed how nature imagery in Northern Lights by Philip Pullman helped create a fantasy setting. So that was basically my research question, and it was something that took a very long time to develop, since I had basically no idea what I wanted to write about, just that I wanted to write about something about literature. So for me, the process of actually deciding what to write about was so incredibly hard, because I'm just one of the most indecisive people on earth. I would never have come to write the essay that I actually did without my supervisor, and that is one tip, that is to work really closely with your supervisor, because they know what they're doing and they're there to help you decide what you want to write about. So talk to them is my tip. So I can of course only talk about what it is to write an essay in English A. So the first tip I have for you guys is to start early. Start at least thinking about what you want to do, because that is just the longest process ever. So the earlier you start thinking about it, the earlier you can actually start writing about that thing or researching that thing. Another thing is, don't stress, but do set shorter deadlines than your supervisor or your school does, because that would help you out so much. Because when you start the extended essay, you just have all these months of time that you're supposed to fill with all your other schoolwork as well, about your research, your writing, and it just can get a bit overwhelming, to be honest, and that's why you need to set shorter goals for yourself. And my supervisor actually did this for the group that she was supervising, and it was so incredibly helpful that maybe we're supposed to have decided what we want to write about by this date, and then we should have 1,000 words by this date and 2,000 words by this date, and then a first draft by this date, and so on and so forth. And while that maybe made it a bit more stressful, like in the process, we were done so incredibly early compared to some of the other groups who did not have shorter deadlines, because they had just pushed things, they have procrastinated, and they ended up having to write a big chunk of the essay in the end of the time period that you had to write, and they were just incredibly stressed out. People were crying. So it's all about managing your time, and one of the biggest things for me to do that was those shorter deadlines. My next tip is having your friends proofread again and again and again and again. Me and my friend, we probably read each other's essays like 30 times, and I knew her essay by heart almost. Of course we didn't say what the other person should write, but we marked in the text things that she could rephrase, or words that could be eliminated, or marked out things that we didn't understand, that were unclear, and that just made the entire process so much easier. We asked each other if we needed help with anything, and we discussed things, and that's why I keep saying you can't do the IB by yourself. You need someone else to help you out, to help each other out, because it just makes everything so much easier. My next tip is to just start writing, and it's just the most frustrating thing in the entire world, and my supervisor kept telling us this all the time, that is just write something. It doesn't have to be good, it doesn't have to be perfect, just write those first 1,000 words. Just poop them out, just do something, just get them on the paper, and then you will at least have something to work with. It doesn't matter if it's complete crap, and it doesn't matter if you don't end up using any of the words you actually wrote, but then you have something to work with. Like I said, that's the most important thing, because one of the things that might happen is you just sitting there staring at your essay. You know what you want to write about, but no words are coming, but just write something anyway, just something really crappy, and then you can edit it, change it, whatever. Just get words down on the paper. The second to last tip I have is to have writing sessions with your friends, because that was a lifesaver for me, honestly. Because my friends and I, we used to come here or go to one of my friends' places, and then we would just sit and work for hours. Just doing it together makes all of the difference, in my opinion. And I mean, make these sessions like at least 4 hours, because then you have a substantial amount of time to actually get some work done. And we would come here maybe at 6 p.m. and then we would work to 10 p.m. and that might sound weird, but it's just the coziest thing ever. And we would work 30 minutes and then we would have a 5-minute break, and then we would work like that. And afterwards we would have a coffee, or maybe go for a walk or something, and it was just the coziest thing ever. We got so much done, and I would definitely advise you to try it. And the last tip I have is maybe an obvious one, but that is to print and correct your things on paper. I mean, it might not be the best for the environment, I'm sorry, but it will help you so much, because if you actually can mark your things, highlight things in your essay with pen or highlighter or pencil, or write things in the margin, that would just make the process so much easier, because you can actually see what you want to do, and then when you sit down to write, you can have your papers just alongside and just see what corrections you have made and everything like that. And that was pretty much all I had to say about the extended essay. Don't stress too much about it, is my general advice, but still get your papers in on that deadline, you know, because it's important. If you want me to continue making videos about the IB diploma program, then like I said, give this video a big thumbs up. Ask any questions you have in the comment section below. Email me if you have any further questions, and it makes me really happy when you email me and ask things, because it makes me really happy when I'm able to help you guys out. Don't forget to subscribe if you enjoy my content, and I will see all of you guys in my next video. Bye!